Hello, volunteers. We're recording this video to walk everyone through the volunteer side of our new student registration system. It's also a new database, but that's probably only exciting to us. But as this system that is also like forward facing, that students can interact with directly, that you, our volunteers, can interact with directly, there's some changes to how you're going to help us record and report data. So this system has three main changes for you. And that is one, how to see your student list or your roster. Two, how to report your class attendance. And three, how to report your volunteer hours. So I'm going to do some screen sharing. I have set up an example class in the system so that I can kind of poke around and show you exactly what it looks like. In order to not show student information in this YouTube video, I made a class and put the staff members in it as my students. So you will see my students, Kate and Mariana and Jennifer, and so on, as I'm demonstrating. So I'm going to pull open my screen share. Let's jump into what this looks like. When you click on the link, this is the page that will open. It will show you every class that you are volunteering in. For most of you, that will only be one class, but if you happen to be in more than one, you'll see all of those classes here. So on my teacher page right now, you're seeing two classes. One is my actual summer class. I'm teaching True Beginning this summer. And so I can see some basic information like the schedule. It's on Wednesdays in the morning. How many students do I have enrolled? How many students are on the wait list? And then this class is my little example class that we will actually look at so that I don't put any student information in this video. So when this page loads, you can see some general class information, and then you have these two buttons. So we're going to start with view enrollments. So when I click here, this is my student list or my student roster. You can see everyone who is enrolled in your class, and you can see their contact information. We don't have our phone numbers in the system, but your students do. So this is where you can get phones. This is where you can get email. You will also be able to see if there's anyone on the wait list for your class. No contact information, just the names of those students in case you know them and you want us to move them in right away. Or just if you lose some students and you'd like to add some more, you'll know if there are people waiting to join your class. And you can always just let us know that you would like more students in your class and we can make that change. I'll show you where you can tell us that in just a second. So this is view enrollments. Again, on this main page, I click on the view enrollments button to open this up. There's nothing to like do here. You can't make any changes or anything. This page is just informational, but it is always live and accurate. So you can always come here to see if anything has changed. And then you can hit this back button to go back. The other button here is view meetings. So if I click here, there is one item or like one row for every class meeting. So for most of the summer classes, that's going to be eight class meetings. In a normal class semester, that would probably be 16 class meetings. So this will already exist for your full schedule. You can see that there's information here that updates live. So for example, for the first day of class, I have already done attendance. So you can see 4 students attended. The second day, 3 students attended in my little 5-person fake class. So you can check this page just to see like, hey, did I do attendance yet? If it says 0, probably not. And you've got for every class meeting 2 options. We're going to start with update attendance. So let me go to, let's imagine that today is July 24th and class just finished. I'll open this up and I'm going to click on update attendance. As you might have guessed, this is where I do attendance. For each student, you can select how many hours of attendance they have. I usually just round to the closest half hour. If a student did not attend, You want to make an entry. You want to change this to say 0. The system understands none to mean that like attendance was not done yet. Like it'll think that the teacher didn't do this yet. A 0 is what tells the system the class happened and this student didn't go. So please make sure you're putting something in for every single student, including zeros for people who were not there. You can use the comments box to tell us anything you'd like us to know about that specific student. So maybe that's a correction to their name. Maybe it's that a student told you that her work schedule changed and she needs a new class. Maybe it's just like a fun story that you want us to know about. So anything you want to tell us about a specific student, you can put in the comment boxes here. Just make sure that you click save when you are finished. You'll get a little notification that like, hey, you did it. And then you can hit back to go back to the main page. And you'll want to hit back to go back to the main page because you have one more thing to do, which is for the same day to come over here to update hours. So update hours is for your volunteer hours. You can do prep time, travel time, and class time. Like with students, please enter 0 if the answer is no time. So for example, I teach on Zoom, no travel time. Um, because again, if you leave it as none to the system, it will look like you didn't do it. You want to change it to a 0. This is very different from how we have done volunteer hours in the past. You will not receive a once a month email asking for totals for the month. We're asking you to please report hours for each class meeting, just like with student attendance. While only one member of your teaching team needs to do attendance, every member of the team will need to report their own volunteer hours. So everyone should be looking at this page at least once a week. You also have a comment box here. This is where you can tell us anything that is not about a student on your attendance list. So maybe you teach in person and a new student walked in, they're not on your list yet. You could use this comment box to give us a heads up about them. New student Moises will send the registration form to Aida soon. But that just lets us know to keep an eye out for that or to add that student to your attendance list. You could also use this comments box to tell us if you would like us to move anyone into your class from the wait list. I can take 3 more students in my class. You could let us know there. So this comments box is anything you might want us to know that does not have to do with a specific student who is on your attendance list, because you can use your attendance list to tell us that. So yeah, this page, you'll do your own hours. Any comments you want us to know about, same deal, make sure that you click save. Again, you'll get a little notification, it's saved. And then you can click back to go back. One more back button will take us back to like the home page where if you have more than one class, the multiple classes are here. But that's everything. At this page, you will do 3 things. You'll do your attendance, you will do your volunteer hours, and if you ever need to, you can check your student list to get their contact information. I'm going to go ahead and close out of this to wrap things up. Okay, that's everything. This page that you see when you open your volunteer link, it's always updating with the most accurate live information. So anytime you open this, you're seeing exactly what your student list is right now. You're seeing what is recorded for attendance right now. You're seeing your own hours. So like you can always be visiting this to have the most up-to-date information or to check if anything is missing. Our hope is that having all this information in one place will, in the end, simplify how many emails you receive and how many things you need to bookmark and remember. As with any new process, we are all learning how to do this best. So please help us pilot this new system this summer, and please let us know if you encounter any difficulties or have any questions. Thank you so much. See you around.